Hey you! Yeah you! Do you like versus matchups? Good! Now sit down, cause this is Let's Fight! Welcome to Let's Fight, the anime video game movie matchup series. The way these videos will work is they'll be divided into 3 categories per episode. The matchup, the rundown, and the winner. The series will be following death battle rules and every single episode will end with a detailed kill. So, let's get to the matchup. Yoko Littner versus Widowmaker. These 2 ponytailed snipers are part of a ragtag team and are usually the most sensible of their team and have comparable arsenals. It's the battle of anime versus video games, waifu versus waifu, and tits versus ass. Of course, also good versus evil, that's important too. Overall, it's a very self-explanatory matchup and it makes sense to pit these 2 beauties in a fight to the death. Now to the rundown. Yoko Littner. She has known combat most of her life. When a gas leak forced her and the rest of her village to the surface, they found it a world inhabited by beastmen piloting gunmen, and had to learn to fight for their lives every single day. Eventually, she found herself the 3rd member of Team Gurren, and became a pivotal part in many of their battles to come. She wields an electric rifle that's practically a railgun, powerful enough to blow through armored gunmen and can fire dozens of shots in seconds. And she's even been able to wield this monster with just 1 arm. She also possesses a secret pistol hidden in her hair that can break apart metal chains and is great for emergency close combat. Her rifle has an SMG setting, and even her hairpins can double as deadly weapons. She uses a hovercraft to get around the battlefield, which can travel from an island to the mainland in a short time. It can also shoot up in the sky and dodge punches from enemy gunmen. Yoko has enough combat prowess to fight multiple beast women at once, enough strength to toss a piece of chalk into a chalkboard without breaking the chalk, as well as kick communist head so hard it cracks the solid stone underneath. She can climb a tall tree in seconds, and she's fallen great heights and gotten over them like nothing. And she's been able to track high-speed movement through tall grass. She's also the only character in the entire Gurren Lagann series who's been able to fight a gunman without using a gunman of her own. In fact, she fought 2 of them.
We humans used to have somebody much greater than us! For his sake alone, we'll keep on moving forward!
Widowmaker. Amelie LaCroix was once the wife of the Overwatch agent Geralt LaCroix, who was in charge of taking down the criminal organization Talon. However, that eventually led to his downfall as Talon took away Amelie and turned her into the perfect assassin, who ended up killing her own husband in his sleep. Her body physiology has been adapted to sniping. Her breathing has been slow, which increases her focus and reaction time. She uses the Widow's Kiss, which has 2 modes, scope and automatic. This death dealer has 30 rounds in 1 clip, and Widow can reload it in less than 2 seconds. Widow also uses a grappling hook to zip around the battlefield, and can use venom mines to create traps for unsuspecting opponents. Her goggles are able to survey the battlefield from a far distance. Widow can adapt to battles quickly and generally puts her opponents in situations where she comes out on top, such as her fight against Tracer, who can basically manipulate time. She's taken on multiple Overwatch agents, is fast enough to dodge Tracer's pistol rounds from close range, and is a very agile, nimble fighter who has experience against many powerful opponents.
At the moment of the kill, they are never more alive.
This battle will likely take place in an abandoned city, so both of them can zip around and fire each other easily, and it gives them enough space to act as they would without the environment hindering one over the other. So, it's time for the winner. Among these 2 ponytail beauties, who comes out on top? In terms of arsenal, Yoko has a far stronger weapon. Her sniper rifle can tear through gunmen armor or send them flying, and Yoko's been able to wield this beast with only 1 arm. Yoko's SMG attachment can match Widowmaker's automatic mode, and her hovercraft is a far more effective mode of transportation than a grappling hook, as it's not hindered by what she can grab but where she can go, which is an entire city in this case. But most of all, the most important factor of this entire battle is her reaction time. Let's go ahead and look at the Gurren Lagann movie. Well, the first one, Child's End. There was a fight between Yoko and Adine, one of Lord Jitnum's Beastman generals who had seen hundreds of years of combat. Adine showed the ability to block Yoko's SMG bullets with only her tail, showing that her tail is both strong enough to block the bullets and she is fast enough to react to every single one of them. Yoko was then able to dodge the tail from close range, which was likely fired at full speed, and she then stabbed the tail into the ground with her hairpins so hard, Adine needs to tear it off to get away. Now, this feat is not necessarily 100% comparable to that of Yoko being able to dodge a bullet, but it is pretty damn close. Some would say the movie, however, isn't canon, but as long as it doesn't contradict the source material, it will be allowed. So let's find some comparable feats from the anime. Just for the sake of argument, this feat will be considered non-canon from here on out. Yoko was shown better composure, as she was able to fire into a small space and nearly get Viril's head during the sky battle against Enki and Gurren Lagann, which was at high speeds and she was very likely affected by extreme wind pressure. Yoko was also able to shoot a gunman's arm at the right time to change the trajectory of a punch and stop him from hitting Lagann head on. She's also shot Keaton smoke pellets midair while sitting on an animal running and bobbing at fast speeds. She's also kept up with Viril moving through tall grass, who was shown to be fast enough to dodge Yoko's bullet a moment prior. Widow's best reaction comes from dodging Tracer's fire, whose pistols are not very accurate, nor is Tracer any marksman, though it is still an impressive feat, as the pistol in question fires 20 rounds per second. She has also shown other bow and dodging feats, but these shots are also pretty inaccurate, so we can assume Overwatch agents are actually stormtroopers in disguise. Considering Yoko is pretty smart herself, she would likely try to take this to close quarters combat, which she has shown to be slightly better at than Widow, at least in terms of overall strength. Her shock and stone kicking feats are impressive, but she's also broken steel handcuffs, though it is unclear how. Yoko has survived massive falls with little to no outward damage, and powerful shockwaves from tsunami creating and even universal creating explosions. Widow has been punched through glass planes and gotten back up, but it isn't as impressive as Yoko's defensive feats. Yoko also has more options in close range, armed with both an SMG and a pistol. The biggest issue Yoko faces are the Venom mines, but considering the battle will likely start as a sniper fight, Widow wouldn't have much time to set up or consider a gunline trap. Even if she did, Yoko can likely dodge it. Widow has the Batman problem. She's best when she's able to stick to an overall plan. She has good improv skills, and she's been able to fight multiple Overwatch agents in the chaotic setting. But she has been thwarted before with Skawari, by a child no less. So let's get to the important part. How does Yoko kill Widowmaker? Using her hairpins, Yoko stabs them into Widowmaker's eyes. As the woman is stumbling back screaming, she shoves her barrel into Widow's mouth and then blows her head apart. Boom! Yoko's off to go into the sunsets, and Widow is left a corpse. This fight's winner is Yoko Littner. So if you are angry that your purple waifu has been killed, let me know in the comments below. And if you have any suggestions, let me know that too in the comments below, and I will see you next time on Let's Fight.